Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. Those of you who are familiar with this channel will know that I have made quite a few videos talking about philosophy, far more than any other subject. Now, you may wonder why. Well, there are several reasons. First, throughout my teaching career, which spanned across several different continents, I've taught many subjects at colleges and universities. But philosophy has always been my favorite subject. Secondly, I'm the author of a published philosophy book, which means I have plenty of content to use for this channel. In fact, a lot of my philosophy videos are based on my book. By the way, this is the book that I'm talking about, Random Thoughts in Philosophy. And finally, which is the most important perhaps, I love philosophy, not only as a professor but also as an individual. In fact, I love it so much that I often find myself thinking about big questions and attempting to come up with good answers. However, I do know that there are people who believe that philosophy is irrelevant or useless to their life. And if you are one of them, you are sadly wrong. And I hope today's video will change your mind. In fact, I'm quite confident that after watching this video, you will consider picking up a philosophy book, like my book here, and start reading. Or you will register for a philosophy course if you happen to be a college student. Or you will subscribe to this channel, knowing that lots of videos on this channel are about philosophy, and that watching those videos will inspire you to do philosophy and therefore make you smarter. Although I believe that philosophy is for everyone, I also believe that it is for different people for different reasons, and that some people need philosophy more than others. Today, I will list and explain several types of people to whom I think philosophy is particularly beneficial. Let me know if you are one of these types of people. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Number 1. If you have no idea why you are leading a life as you are doing now, and you have never thought about it, you need to study philosophy. It is true that many people have never bothered about the most important things in life, such as these. What is the meaning of life? How can I be a good person? What is true love? What is beauty? How do we know that something is beautiful? But these questions are essential to a meaningful and truly happy life. Living a life without a purpose, in my opinion, is the most boring thing in the world. You don't have any stimulation for anything. You don't have any excitement because excitement is only obtained after you have fulfilled a certain purpose. There is no beauty in your life because you don't know what it is or where you can find it. I couldn't agree more with the famous Greek philosopher Socrates when he said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." By studying philosophy, you get a chance to see how great philosophers have approached those questions. It pushes you to think about those questions for yourself. Only when you try to give your own answers do you start to realize the meaning of your own life. More importantly, examining your life and giving your answers to those questions will actually direct you to a new life path. You will find your life happier and more meaningful, and you will find it easier to achieve your life goal. Number 2. If you believe common sense is the only thing you need to survive and prosper, you are wrong, and philosophy can rectify your thinking. It is true that common sense can guide your behavior in many cases, but it is also true that common sense is not always real sense. It is sometimes full of errors and prejudice because it is based on personal experience and assumptions. For example, every day you see the sun moving across the sky. Is it common sense to you that the sun circles around the earth? In addition, common sense is not so common. Otherwise, there would not be so many people doing stupid things, such as smoking, eating junk food, and alcoholism. Studying philosophy can help you look beyond common sense and get rid of false sense. Philosophy is different from common sense for an important reason. It is a rigorous and systematic study of fundamental questions about reality, knowledge, and existence, rather than relying on assumptions. Studying philosophy provides you with a tool with which you get to know the reality behind appearances through logical arguments and critical analysis. Number 3, if you are oftentimes mentally confused, not knowing what is going on in your mind, or not knowing how to cope with difficult situations, philosophy will help you clarify much of the confusion. For example, you know you love a piece of music, but you struggle to say why. You know you have issues with a colleague, but you cannot tell exactly where the issues are. You sometimes lose temper, but you are not sure what makes you angry. Studying philosophy trains you to examine your mind so that you know more clearly how one thing is related to another and how things come together to form a big picture. Studying philosophy also fosters better understanding of yourself and others because it trains you to look at things from different points of view. You will be able to identify and express your needs more clearly and understand other people's perspectives more clearly. Number 4, if you are an emotional person and often find yourself controlled by random and unexplainable emotions, philosophy is a remedy for you. Many people have often seen certain emotions, anger, envy, or resentment, leading them into serious trouble. Have you found yourself disillusioned by love and become jealous? Or have you got frustrated because of misunderstandings? Rationality and reasoning are what you need to regulate and manage emotions. By studying different philosophical theories, you learn to think about, understand, and analyze your emotions. Not only will you find out the source of your frustration, but you will also become more rational and reasonable because learning to reason is an important part of doing philosophy. Number 5. If you think you are not living a happy life and you are not sure what can make you happy, studying philosophy will make you aware of what brings about happiness, whether they are innate feelings or external possessions. Everyone wants to live a happy life, but not everyone knows what makes us happy. We often overestimate some things and underestimate others. In a commercialized society, it is too easy to be misled by false glamour such as big cars, expensive jewelry, fancy clothing, and so on and so forth. At the same time, we don't pay enough attention to seemingly trivial things that make us truly happy, such as a walk at the sunset, a tour in an art gallery, or an intelligent conversation with friends. Philosophy explains to you why these trivial things are actually essential to living a happy life. Philosophy helps you identify your values, beliefs, and motivations. Once you become aware of your true self, you will see a brand new world opening for you. And that's the beginning of a happy life. Number 6, which is the last but not the least. If you often get frustrated because you don't know how to express yourself in clear words to persuade your partner or your friends to do something or not to do something, studying philosophy will help you, because a major task of doing philosophy is to develop the ability of articulation. Articulation refers to the ability to spell your ideas and opinions in words and sentences as clearly and convincingly as possible. Philosophy is essentially the study of many open-ended and abstract questions through reasoning. And reasoning requires careful examination of different arguments. When you examine other people's arguments, you may see their errors more clearly. By pointing out their errors, you make them more likely to change their minds. In the meantime, you will also learn how to make your own arguments and make them in a better and a more persuasive way. Thus, philosophy teaches you to use proper language so as to express yourself as clearly and as persuasively as possible. Well, I have listed 6 types of people who I think need to study philosophy more than others. If you think you are one of them, it is time to pick up a philosophy book and start reading. If you are a college student, register for a course in philosophy. Or even better, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because many videos on this channel are about philosophy. Well, that is all for today. As always, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.